Hey, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Sarina.
And you're listening to
Girl Next Door.
We're your favorite neighbors, bringing real talk, good vibes, and all the cozy feels right to your ears.
Whether we're talking life, love, family, or what just happened yesterday, we're keeping it honest and a little bit loud.
That's right. So get comfy because Girl Next Door has a lot to say. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girl Next Door. We are back, and we are excited to be back.
Yes.
Today we have a lot to talk about. We got a lot to catch up on. Matter of fact, Sarina, how have you been doing?
For the long version or the short version?
I think, okay, we'll do the short version. We've done our check-ins, but I just wanted to see, has everything been going good?
Yeah.
I know, y'all, she has a lot going on. So
Yeah, a lot. Like all of us, right?
Yeah.
So, like Tiff said, we've been checking in. I think the most recent, outside of the kids, has been I wouldn't say a career change. A job change for the best. A job change for the best. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I left a job I've been at for 4 years and had an opportunity now to go back into management, which was something that I really wanted to do. I know oftentimes, and you all may feel the same way too, that as women, and we've talked about this, sometimes you feel like you have to put your stuff on the back burner.
Oh, yeah.
When you're married and you have kids, typically we're not the breadwinners. And so our careers usually take the back seat often. And so I feel like that's where I was a little bit. And it was okay. I was making a sacrifice for my family. My kids were young and I had taken a position where I could be there and I could be present, especially as Keith kind of do some of that more hands-on work as he launches the church. And so now I've been praying for this and now this season has come and I'm trying to get used to moving into that. And so, a lot of different feelings, a lot of different things coming up. I'm excited. One of the things which kind of ties into what we hope to talk about today is that in this process of accepting this new position, I knew I was capable. Obviously because I applied for the position, right? And so I had faith enough to do that. But as they started to outline the responsibilities, I started to feel a little bit insecure. That's not how I would have coined it at the time, but I started to feel a little insecure. And Keith, shout out to him for encouraging me to just embrace who I am, embrace my skill set, embrace the work that I put in the field. And he just overloaded me with compliments. Listen, you were capable, compliments and encouragement. This is your season.
Yeah.
If at one point they came and offered me a salary and I was just like, I knew that was too small for me to leave my current position. And Keith said, listen, when the recruiter calls you back, you let her know this is what I would like to.
We want more.
Yeah. In other words, and so I felt that I believed that, right? But I was scared, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really went back and counted off. I've never negotiated a salary. And so, but I felt he had encouraged me and pumped me up where I was like, you know what? And you and I have been talking about this. I want to walk in this season.
That's
I'm
right.
going to embrace it. And so, I got ready to negotiate. And girl, by the time they came back, they had already offered me a little bit higher than what I was going to ask for.
Won't he do it?
Praise the Lord.
Won't he do it?
So it's so
all
silly.
the time.
Yeah, so
he comes through.
Yeah, so but that brought up a lot. And I kind of gave you a little bit of that backdrop, like you said. We've been checking in and just conversations spilled from that. We've been talking about just why don't we walk in that more often?
Yes.
Right? When people compliment us. And, what is that about?
So this is a perfect segue into what we will be discussing today, which is living beyond the compliment.
Yeah.
Living beyond the compliment. How many times do people compliment you and say, "Oh my gosh, you are perfect. You're perfect when you every time you do public speaking, like you speak so well," or "Oh my gosh, you're the best teacher I've ever had. Oh my gosh, for me, you wrote a movie and it's so great." And it's just like, oh, in that moment you receive it, it's like, oh wow, thank you so much. And then as soon as you turn around and walk away, you take on all of the insecurities, all of the doubt, all of the I don't know, moments of self-reflection that makes you believe like, no, I got so many insecurities. There's no way that that's true.
Yeah.
And it's nobody but the enemy whispering in our ear, right? Like,
right.
and we choosing to believe what the enemy has to say.
Right.
So
right.
today we're gonna dive a little deeper into that, living beyond the compliment.
Yeah.
How are you living beyond the compliments that you receive?
Right.
Are you living it out and saying, is that giving you a boost of energy to like walk in that thing? Or are you guilty, as I have been
Same.
in the past, and Sarina, as she shared, of like leaving it right there where it was given and
Yeah.
turning around and saying, okay,
Yeah.
but this, but that. So we're gonna dive into that, and I'm excited
Yeah.
because I think
Same.
this is
This is heavy.
this is heavy. I
Yeah.
shared this with Tony, and he was like, "Oh, now that's deep." And I was like, "It is," because
Yeah.
I think a
'Cause
lot
it's
of
real.
us, are guilty of like not receiving and believing what other people see in us.
And let's just talk about that piece. I mean, like, let's start there. What is so hard about hearing the compliments and just receiving it? Just taking it.
Yeah.
Now, I do think like we got to consider who it's coming from, right?
Yeah.
That's a small piece of
Yeah,
it.
that's
But
a
for the
small
most
piece.
part,
Yeah.
people who don't mean you well aren't really complimenting you.
No,
And if
they're
they
not
are,
saying
you
that.
kind of already
You are,
discern it.
yeah.
You know what that may or may not be about. But I'm talking about genuine like compliments and affirmations that people are speaking over you, speaking to you. Like, what are some hiccups and why?
I feel like some of it, one thing could be imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is that? Past failures.
Yep. Yep.
And definitely just deep rooted insecurities.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe all three of those can speak to that.
Yeah.
Past failures will keep you in a doggone chokehold if you allow it, because you just can't look past what you failed in, and you just don't see any progress or future for you in regarding that thing. But and that was me, like past
Yeah.
failures, but mostly for me was insecurities.
Okay.
Just
Okay. I
like
was gonna ask which one do you think you resonate with the most?
it would be in insecurities.
Okay. Okay.
And after I'd done a thing, it would be imposter syndrome.
Mm.
I feel like, and some of it can be like, hear me out. So I did a film and did it independently. And after that, I was hit up by a lot of people like, oh my gosh, you should do a master class. You should do this. You should offer classes online. You should teach. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure things out on my own. So, and then I was like, and I don't want to be up here like saying I'm one thing and I'm certainly not.
Right.
Okay. So it's just like, let me like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a fraud. Like I'm not a master at this. So no, I would never do that. But one thing, thank God for praying husbands and husbands that know God and husbands that don't mind building you up.
Yeah.
One thing Tony said was, honey, but you do have something to offer. You may not be able to offer to the masses, but there is something to offer to the people that have never picked up a pencil and a paper and wrote anything, or never got with a production company and said, this is what I want to see. He said there's a process that can speak to someone.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it's just really getting out of my head and believing that that's true, that I do have something to offer and that I am valuable.
Right.
And that part has been at times in the past, because I've come beyond that point.
Yeah.
But it was a struggle.
Thing that kind of held you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, that I'm hearing you talk about imposter syndrome, and I feel like I may have played into that too, because I can almost think of when you were talking about Tony and your writing, almost an identical conversation Keith and I had when I wrote the first couple of books. Y'all, the editing was terrible. It was mistakes from the first page. I did it. I self-published, but it took a lot of courage to get there. And I was grateful. But Keith was like, you need to teach others how to do this. And I was like, nah. I just got a blog. The book's not even edited. And I put it out there like, no, I'm not going to do this. And people asked and I downplayed it, but I didn't realize like how much that was imposter syndrome. But I would say what resonated with me the most when it comes to receiving compliments and still to this day, I have to be careful of it.
Yeah.
Gets me hung up is downplaying or deflecting. That's like, girl.
I'm a master.
Yeah, I was like, I hate that I do that. Like I'm at the point now, y'all, where I'm tired of me doing it.
It's like you have an out of body
Right?
experience. It's
Yeah,
like,
just what I'm saying
girl,
about, yeah.
like get
It's like I'm
together.
outside of my own body, like, stop.
Like, shut
Like,
up.
just shut up and take the compliment.
Compliment.
But I'm like, yeah, so and I'm glad I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be done away with. But downplaying, and I think that this also ties into not necessarily past failures, but just past experiences.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know what anyone's been through, but if you've been kind of and I don't, oh gosh, this is gonna sound terrible. I'm not calling myself the golden child, but when you've experienced a certain level of success, as it relates to maybe peers, specifically those in families or whatever, different social groups, then it can be very, very hard to really accept those compliments. Y'all, it's okay. We keep recording. This is what podcast is
Yeah,
for.
because my husband is in the kitchen.
He was totally okay, y'all.
I just felt like y'all could hear everything. Just keep walking.
No, he's
Thank
fine.
you. We love you so much in Jesus' name. Okay.
He was fine. You threw me out because you look like, girl. And I
Do
saw
you
the
hear
look.
that?
I seen him try to sneak in that trash can. But yeah, so but girl, what was I? Oh yeah, so I feel like I learned early on
Yeah.
in life that everybody wasn't happy with any little bit of success you had.
Oh,
Any little bit of encouragement or compliments. If someone complimented how I looked, if someone complimented how well I did in school, I felt good about it. But I discerned, and I could have been wrong,
No,
but I discerned sometimes that
she
others
wasn't.
around me,
Because I experienced it too.
others around me weren't as happy. And so then I learned, and they said that young girls do this more than young boys too.
Okay.
There's like some research and some language around it. I don't remember, but that we learn to assess people around us, and then we make accommodations for that.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40,
Yeah.
and I'm still doing that. And so I
Sarina.
downplay it. So people are like, "Hey, you're great at when you speak," or "You're great," and I'm like, "Oh no, like I don't." Yeah. Let me.
Yeah.
Or you're great too, and I
Yeah.
deflect.
Oh,
It's like
honey.
right, but we're talking about
Like
you.
you. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that gives me.
No, let me tell you, I feel like I'm a master of that because that was my experience. I have shared things with people that I felt close to and that I felt supported me, and you can feel
Yeah.
the
That really.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
That
know,
thing is
you
heart
can
piercing.
so what I do is I just stop sharing.
Yeah.
And she can attest to that.
Yeah.
Like she called me and one day and I was in Atlanta and I was like, "Hey girl, I'm in Atlanta." She said, "What? Atlanta for what?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm shooting a movie." And she was like, "What? Wait a minute."
And I felt like we had just talked too, so
We
that
did.
was crazy.
We
got on
talked
that
like
plane,
earlier
did
that
it.
week, and I didn't share with her. And not that I feel like that with her,
Yeah.
but because I'm just so used to not sharing because I have built a wall around me to protect me and my feelings. And if you find out, you just find out. And if you choose to reach out once you find out, then that's on you. But I don't have to deal with the, oh, I don't think she really cares, or I feel dumb. Why did I even share? Like, oh, nobody really supports me. So that I don't have to feel that, I just don't say nothing and I just keep it to myself. Now, if I do have a vulnerable moment and I do share, I know who to share with. Every time I've ever shared anything with Sarina, she has been like, "Oh my gosh, girl." And y'all, it takes a lot for anybody to get the courage to even open their mouth to say, "This is my accomplishment. This is this." It's not a haughty spirit. It's not a prideful spirit. It's just y'all, it took a lot for me to even get here.
Right.
So now that I've gotten here, thank God for trusting me and trusting me to walk out whatever he's given me to walk out. Now I want to share that because it was a journey for me to even do what I did.
Right.
And then you share it and you get like backlash or not the response you looked
A
for.
whole different kind of
Yeah,
energy.
it just totally shut me up. So now I just don't share anything.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for so many years. I have to kind of shake myself out of it and say, "Oh my gosh, stop, Tiffany, like share this, share that."
Yeah.
But yeah, like you,
Yeah.
it was because of past experiences.
Past experiences. Yeah. I feel like this just left. It's not on our notes, but I feel like if and tell me, Tim, if I'm going too left. But I feel like if you have a friend, like I try to give all the disclaimers I can. We want to be gracious and we want to be understanding. But if I have a friend or someone close to me we talked about this a few episodes back, crossover from friend and sisterhood, that consistently
Mm-hmm.
is not it is not showing up for me emotionally in that way. To me, that's a red flag. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm gonna throw the friendship away, but that thing is noted
It's in the
for me.
trash.
Yeah. Like I'm taking note of that because for me, if is I was gonna say it's not about needing to be celebrated, but if you're close to me, like you say, if it just took me that much courage
Yeah.
and that much bravery, whatever, to explain and share with you, and then you don't give me nothing back to show that you support, I feel like you're unsafe.
Yeah.
I feel like you're unsafe. That's more than the red flag.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's out the red flag? There's no flag.
There's no flag.
No
We
flag.
gonna knock it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, because
We gonna knock it down.
yeah, I just feel like
Yeah.
I just can't tolerate that.
Yeah.
I can't tolerate it because it's too damaging. Because now my mind is wondering, like, were you hating?
Yeah.
Do you not really care?
Yeah.
Do things only have to be about you?
Yeah.
And I think some of the hesitation could be genuine. Um, Sometimes when people do things specifically in areas that we care about and we want to do, like let's say a friend buys a house.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to buy a house. And
Yes.
Tiffany gets a house. You feel uncomfortable. I feel like that's valid.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean,
That's nothing
we
wrong
can't
with it. I'm
control
not
how
saying that.
something makes us feel,
Right.
but it's
But it's
what
the
you
behaviors and
do.
the action.
Yeah, it's what you do with that
And
feeling.
maturity has to step in and like godliness has to step in and say, both things can be true. I can feel this way and still
Still be
celebrate my friend
genuinely
genuinely.
happy.
Yeah. So I don't know if sometimes when people don't do that, it's a lack of maturity or if it's just a red flag, but I get nervous. I don't know.
Well, one thing God has challenged me in because I'm throwing you and the situation in the trash and I'm walking away and I'm never digging you out again, right?
Yeah.
But God had to teach me how to extend grace because I was a person that needed a lot of cleanup. And I do a lot of self-reflection. Like I self-reflect a lot. And God shows me a lot. And I'm like, oh, that's not cool. Like, Tiffany, you got to do better in this area. Like, I'm always, instead of looking at you, I'm looking at me. And because I look at me so much, I'm able to see that this has nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with what you're dealing with and what you're going through.
Absolutely.
So let me pray for you. And I'm not even trying to be super spiritual, but
For real.
because I dig so deep and trying to be a better me, I'm able to extend grace. Now, the extending of grace can sometimes be full speed and sometimes be slow as molasses. But the thought is always there to like extend grace because it does affect me and I do feel things and I have to work through my own feelings because it made me feel away. But I realize that it has nothing to do with me and whatever it is that I ignited in you that showed you and my accomplishment. Like, Lord, lead them, guide them, help them get to where they need to be so that it's not dished back out on me.
Right.
Especially if outside of that, I do see that there is a true connection. There is a true friendship.
Yeah.
Now, is it easy all the time? No.
No.
And has it been, I don't have a lot of experiences because I don't share a lot, but I do have experiences that kind of stopped me in my tracks to make me like question like, well, are you even my friend? Because it's just kind of weird. Anytime I talk about me in the spaced out moments that I decided to, I feel this way. And I don't like to feel this way. So you're not making me feel safe. But that particular situation, we end up having a conversation and what God showed me was true.
Was true, yeah.
You had a lot going on that didn't have anything to do with me, and me sharing my accomplishment shined the light on what you were not doing.
What you did,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. No, that's real stuff. We do have this shit. Extend grace. I love that you brought that up because I think that if we want it to be like the world, and I'm not saying that there are really valid ways to or reasons to like let seasons expire with people, but like
Yeah.
Tiffany said, we have to extend grace.
Yeah.
We still have to be Christian women, right? We still have to reflect who Jesus is and be gracious to people. And then that I think we help them grow too.
Yeah.
We help them grow. We give them an opportunity by being gracious. We give them an opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
So I would say just to recap, just that little part. Really try to think about what is it if you struggle with this too. What is it making it so difficult for me to receive compliments? Because I don't know how old you are, whoever's watching this, but all of us are adults.
Yeah.
And any age, whether we're 18 or 88, to me, is too old to not receive the people who God has put in our life and the things that they speak to us as encouragement and as motivation to continue. So, like you said, is it past failures? Am I worried about the mistakes I've made and that was hard for me to even digest? That someone could be seeing something new or different in me.
Yeah.
Are you just accustomed to downplaying it because of past experiences? And what else you said for him?
Deep-rooted insecurities, imposter syndrome, and what was the other thing?
I think that was it.
Yeah. Past failures. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, what insecurities, like Tiffany says, self-reflection is huge.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
huge. I'll tell you, it has kept me in ways that a lot of things have not kept me. Just stopping and considering and being self-aware of my own feelings, my own emotions, behaviors, whatever, biases, anything that's going on internally. Really exploring what insecurities do I have?
Yeah.
What's preventing me from just accepting this doggone compliment and going on? I don't have to downplay. I told Tiff today, your hair look good, friend. She got braids. Y'all see her braids? They're super cute.
Y'all see him?
Yeah.
I like
and
it.
I love that Tiffany didn't say, oh no, I just went in. She was like, oh, thank you, girl. Yeah, I went. I got this inspired by my daughter. So,
we triplets now because I copied what they did. But
but we have to be able to receive all of that. We have to do it.
Well, I would say one thing that was a great example because I used to be that person and I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like I love girly. I'm a girl's girl. I love to get done up. I like to get my hair done, do makeup. I like dresses. I
Tiffany
like all
got
this
her
stuff.
makeup done for my baby shower once, guys.
Yeah. It was an event. I was going to an event.
Baby shower.
It was an event. I'm sure someone understands.
Yeah. I'm sure someone understands.
I did do it, but to God be the glory. And I love those things, right? And so when but I can't do too much compliments. Like it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Right.
And so when and I think it's because I just don't like the light shining on me too much. And it's just like when I say I will turn it around. Girl, but look at you. Yeah. And I mean that. Yeah. When I say I do it all the time. And I've had people say, no, thank you, but I'm talking about you right now. Yeah. Like you are killing this outfit. Like you are. Right, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Because I think too, it ties back into discerning and feeling even the environment around me and like, the side eye, like, she all right. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want that attention. And then not only that, it does kind of make me feel uncomfortable, but I'm a big deflector. Like I will deflect quick, and turn it on you. So even that, I'm trying to, now that's a struggle. That part is a struggle, is to receive just compliments about my being. You know what I'm saying? Of who I am and how I look.
Yeah.
Even though I love all of the things and all the frills and all that stuff, it's just being comfortable with someone acknowledging that they feel that I look like this or they think I'm pretty. Like that was hard. And I think at the end of the day, it's because I didn't really believe in myself.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I always been trying to be skinny, honey. Like I done been trying to be skinny since I came
Girl,
out
I'm
the
trying to be
womb.
skinny now.
Girl,
He
I've
said
been
since I came out
out
the
the
womb.
womb.
Shut up.
Motherfuckers has always been skinny, skinny, skinny. And so it's just like that insecurity. So when you don't really feel as confident as you want to, and somebody come along and say something, it's like, okay, really give it a rest. Give it a rest.
Yeah.
So it's just at the end of the day, it's built with so many just deep rooted insecurities. It's just beyond. But God has been really dealing with me in this area of receiving, and even outside of compliments, but even believing what he says about me.
Yeah.
And walking in that. Like, why do we struggle with believing what God says about us? And we already know, what is it? Second Timothy says, you know, he has not given us the spirit of fear.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, but then I still operate in
fear.
God, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel we struggle with that? Even knowing what the word of God says.